much of a big deal to you. If there are issues you want advice, anything whatsoever, that's up your sleeves, up your chest, in your closet, and you want to bring it out, please feel free to do so. What we'll be doing right now is just pausing for a quick commercial. And then when we come back, we get it started on Confession Tuesday. Record your voice note, send your WhatsApp messages, or simply dial the numbers. All right, time for that commercial. I'll be back.
Back of the biggest talk on your number one station for talk, Nigeria in.
Let's talk about the biggest conversations made of trustworthy ideas passionately connected to everyone. Let's talk on Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja.
Hi everyone, my name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
At 2:55 and right now is 2:27. So if you have confessions to make, please just go ahead and make that connect. Right, I see someone dialing. Hello.
Good morning. Good afternoon, Swat.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I have a confession to make this Tuesday afternoon.
All right, please go ahead.
I cannot hear you very well.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Like I keep saying, once we keep the lines on, once we keep it on, please just feel free to make your confession or to just go ahead and talk. But if it drops, it's a different ballgame. But most of the time when you see the line running and still on, just go ahead and talk. It means we are hearing you. The audio may be bad from your ends, but if it is good here, I think that's okay. All right. So I don't know if this is for me or this is for confession, but let me try playing it. But if this is from earlier on, then we'll go ahead to read one that I received. All right, let me play this.
Good afternoon, what are Swats. Attending this Christian thing, to me, preaching should not be.
All right, okay. So it's from the other segment. Okay, so this is something I got earlier on, and let me just read it. I've been married for 7 years. We even bought a house together in 2021. For a long time, I thought we'd last forever, but things started falling apart after our 7th-year anniversary. She often caught me checking out other girls when we were out, which made her upset. Eventually, it blew up into huge fights. Went to a family party which she didn't want to be a part of. When I came back, she had left me. I went to her parents' house. I went to her parents' house to beg her, but she didn't come back immediately. She stayed up to a month. During that separation, I started texting a co-worker. A month later, My wife and I decided to give us a try again with the help of therapy. Around 4 months later, she found out I was still texting that co-worker. That broke her even more. I regret my choices and I know I've caused her deep pain. I want to take accountability and rebuild what we had, but I don't know if that's even possible anymore. I got us an appointment for therapy, but now she is refusing and wants to end things. How do you come back from this kind of betrayal? How do I show her I'm serious and that I don't want to lose her forever? Is what she's asking fair? What exactly is she asking that you're asking if it is fair? Okay. So that's one confession that we just got in. To the guy who called in, and you still want to call in with your confession, you either call in through the phone line and just go ahead. If you see me keeping the lines open, please feel free. Or if you want to record your voice note, please feel free to also do that. I'll gladly play that. Okay, so to this issue, checking out girls, texting people, and being very disrespectful to your partner, I don't think that is the way to go, right? Especially for the fact that you're married. It speaks a language of, number one, you don't love her and you want more by looking at other women outside, and engaging in wanting to be close with them. Generally that is not something that is acceptable within the confines of marriage, and all of that. But I think this guy is calling back. Let's see. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Madam Swat, I'm Joan calling. So,
all right, go ahead.
I have a confession to make.
Go ahead.
And I need help.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to tell my name. I know I can remain anonymous.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
My name is Prince Uchenna Abuja. I'm calling you live from Prada City, Drive Captain Abuja.
Okay.
So this confession happened to me personally, some years back when I was in secondary school, and we are preparing for our WAEC exam. So, and these days, if you wrote economics in the WAEC, there is this particular, that is WAEC economics, there is this particular two calculation question they used to bring out. They will say you should choose one. Sometimes they will bring all these two calculus, fixed they will remove some figures for you to fix them, you understand?
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
Sometimes they bring all this equilibrium, all this calculation. They normally do two calculation in economics. You will choose one. Then after which you will now go for the theory and then the objective. So, and in the course of me preparing for this exam, because I knew I was very good in economics, coding, and all this subject. So, when we are prepared, I've really done a lot of practice on those calculations, because I know there are two compulsory questions that you must choose one out of, and those questions carry a lot of math, So, and I've prepared for them, those total costs, fixed costs, average costs, all of them. I've done the calculation, did the preparation, how to how to find the equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity supply, equilibrium quantity demand, all these things I've done them. So, and I've prepared very for community. In fact, during that time, Swat, I used to teach my fellow students when we go for extramural class. I'm the one I used to lecture them in economics in preparation for the exam. So I was good at that economics. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So in the exam proper, the day we are supposed to take that economics, like economics, I was in the exam hall, and the supervisor was going around, and telling us they were starting the exam already. So all of a sudden, that this exam tension and that I used to come, that even though you are good, sometimes you are writing English like essay, you'll be asking your fellow classmates or classmates, what is can you spell E for me, IS, because of this tension. So I was in that exam, now this is the first time I'm writing an exam in UIF. So all this preparation that I've done, that I even teach my fellow students, everything seems as if because of that tension I come with the exam, being the card and it's my first exam. So I forgot the calculation. The two compulsory calculations they brought, that you need to choose one. One of them I was able to do. I was thinking of how to start. Everything just wiped out of my memory, I was just there. About 20 minutes have gone. Other students are writing. Even those students that I used to teach during the normal class, they are writing me too that he's teaching them. I couldn't write anything, and there's no time. So I was just thinking how can I start, but I didn't want to start from the theory. The theory or the objective. I have to start from this. Choose one out of these calculations so that before we enter the theory and then the objective. So the time is going about 20 minutes. I was going to have written anything on my answer sheet. So one of our my boss was just going, he was telling us write something. I was just imagining that he didn't give us anything to write, and he are telling us to write something. So in that mood I am. Are you hearing me, sir?
I am listening. Go ahead.
I'm going to round up very soon. That mood that I am, that I've always been about 20 minutes has gone. The man now came to my table where I was sitting. He opened my answer sheet. There was nothing written, blank. The man gave me a hot slap in the exam hall. You understand?
Yeah.
When he gave me that slap, he said, why haven't you written anything? And not that he gave me anything to write. He said, why haven't you written anything? So Swat, before God and man, and that man slapped me. In fact, the little idea that was trying to come, he made me zoom off. I couldn't even remember that I was in exam hall. I bent my head on the chair for the next 20 minutes again. I've forgotten that I'm in exam hall because of that slap. You know what it means for somebody to bring attention in exam hall.
Yeah.
Slap the person again. And I was asking to write something. Why he didn't give me anything to write? And I was trying to really recollect myself to know how I can start from because time already is against me. And that gave me that slap. And he gave me that slap. Not that I didn't cheat, not that I didn't cheat in exam hall. I was just because I've always given him my answer sheet. That was why he gave me that slap. And the man used to teach us geography like then. Then when he gave me that slap, he walked past my chair, my table where I was sitting. All of a sudden, I rested my head on the table. I couldn't even remember I was in exam hall for the next 20 minutes. Again, that means 40 minutes I was gone. At the end of the day, I read the economics. I got passed. But my annoyance now is that, see again, understand me, when I even got admission into high institution, I've been afraid of all these teachers, lecturers and all that. And that made me not to be happy, with anything teacher, lecturer. So my this thing is that this has been affecting me even whenever I see teacher and all that, I am very angry with them. So I'm asking, is it the right time for me to let go of that man? Because that man really made me, I would have gotten like at least B in economics or even credit because of that thing he did to me. He affected me, even going to high institution. So my question this afternoon is that, see then I've really been having that in my mind. And sometimes I do see the man because now the man is elderly, but I still have that grudges because he did that to me and he made me really
How long ago did this happen?
So I want to ask, should I let him go or should I still? Because
how long? Can you hear me? How long ago did this happen? How long ago?
This thing I'm telling you about it's about 18 years from now. That was when I wanted to write my WAEC,
But are you working now? Are you done with school? Are you settled in life?
Yeah, I am done with school. I'm working now. So that is it.
So my brother, let me ask you, what has holding a grudge against this man, what has he done for you? Has he helped you in any way?
Because you know what happened? You know why that's now? You know why I was angry,
Why?
The course I wanted to do in institution, that economics was part of my course. Because what I studied in school was institution was public administration. Now I needed that economics, and I told you earlier on that I knew economics very well. And that thing made me, I was supposed to get, my target was to get A or A, B, A1, A, B, A3 in economics. Not like what I did, I used to teach my fellow students.
Yes.
And I was going to teach you, for instance, that means you should have been good in that subject. So I am not lying to God knows. I teach my fellow students, anything economics. Government, everything, I was good in them. But I already planned to study public administration and institution. And that thing affected me that I had to go and write GCU before I now need my economics to balance up the required subject I needed for that public administration. So because of that, it did to me, because that slap took me backward. I didn't forget that I was in exam, and it made me, I only got past in economics. And without getting that credit required for my, and I had to now sit and now want to write GCU before I completed the required subject. Then I now, because I need my English government and to write economics, and I was seeing because of this thing the man did to me, I would have made that economics. I didn't even do it. I didn't start with that, but I knew I would have made that easy because I spent almost 20-30 minutes after that slam. I could write it, and then I realized I got passed. So that was what made me to be angry, you understand? With the man.
Okay.
But now I'm done with school and working. But the thing really made me, I am not happy. Even seeing the man, because that was the last time I saw him was, I think, 3-4 years ago. But the man is better than me. I no longer teaching, so he has died. But I just let's walk past him. But each time I saw him, that memory comes back because he affected me, made me 1 year extra. I have to write GC and all that for me to complete. It requires 5 subjects, for my public administration.
Okay, so what I get from you is the fact that you're struggling to forgive this man. You're struggling to forgive him. And you're asking if I think you should let him go.
Yes, and also that is the first question. And second question I want to ask is that is it right for what the man did? Because we have seen that happening in the higher institution where lecturers will bully students and all that. So is it right? First of all, the first question is should I let him go? I'm not too ready with that because I'll move on. But second question is that is it right for what the man did? Using the man as a case study for what normal students used to pass in high institution, in secondary school and also in high institution like lecturers, what they do.
All right. So would you listen while I try to just talk with you via the phone?
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. So from everything I get to understand, or I've gotten to understand from your narrative, is what happened 18 years or more, and you're still holding on to it because each time you remember it, it comes with a lot of pain and resentment for the teacher who did that to you. Is it right that as a teacher, you see a child or you see a student who is a bit confused in the exam hall, and instead of encouraging the person, asking them what the problem is so that you encourage them to write the exam, is that the best way to go about it? I'll say yes, that's the best way. Is it advisable that you beat them? I think we overdo things sometimes in this country because I'm not a big fan of all the time you use your hands instead of your voice. There is a lot that your voice, soft as it is, can achieve much more than your fist raised against a student or a child or whatever can do. Of course, that has its own place. I'm not saying that, you don't do that. So if you're asking me what he did, I don't think that was the right method. That you see a child sitting down confused, unable to put their thoughts together, I think the best thing you should do as a teacher is is everything okay? You've not started writing this exam. What is the problem? Try and talk the child or the student through and encourage them to keep up with time and remind them that they only have a limited time and they don't have forever. Whatever it is, encourage them. That's the best you can do. Hitting them? No. But has it happened? It has happened. How many years down the line? Close to 18 years. You're done with school. You were able to make it up through your GCE. You were able to get admission. You might not have studied what you wanted to study. But we live in a world that you don't even have to be in the field where you study. So many people are not practicing what they studied. Has your life been impeded or has it stopped moving because of what happened? I don't think so. So if you ask me, I think you're doing a great disservice, not to the man, because I'm sure the man may not even remember this incident. You're doing a great disservice walking with pain and anger in your mind against the man who may not necessarily remember, what must have happened. One of the ways that sometimes you're able to put off this strife in your heart and, this anger, which stops you from doing anything meaningful, which destroys a lot of, because for unforgiveness is like carrying poison or drinking poison and thinking that it's going to harm the other person. Unfortunately, it harms you. I've seen how unforgiveness has destroyed a lot of people. But if you know where this man is and you feel the need to just go and talk to him about what he did to you, by all means, reach out to him. But you see, holding him in that place, no, there are so many amazing things that you could hold in your mind and that could help you rather than holding on to something that someone did to you 18 years ago. You were just a boy. Now you're a full-grown man. You said you're done, you're working. Your life has not stopped. So what is the essence of holding on? You're asking if we should let him go. You should have done that since yesterday. I don't think it has benefited in any way. It has improved your life, the quality of your life or anything. I think you only did a great disservice to yourself by being bitter about it. But since you've come to that point, please, my brother, by all means, let it go. It's not important. It has not shaped your life in any way. If anything, it has taken from you. It's time to let go and move on with your life. Okay? So I hope I have said something meaningful to you. Hello? All right. Thank you so much. Let's see. This one said, okay. Academy, you are trying to steal in something that is not part of our confession. So I'm not taking your confession, even though you call it one, but it is not. Anonymous says, my confession Tuesday is that I once had an intimacy with a married woman, though very young then, who was our neighbor. Though we never, did the do, but we were close, so close, and so fond of ourselves and deeply in love. I was below 20 years old then, and she was the one that drew me very close to her, and I didn't know what I was doing. We never actually had real intimacy just like that. But each time I remember that, I feel so bad. I don't even know her whereabout now. But because this happened in the East and I'm currently in Abuja, I feel so bad about the whole thing. Please advise. What you guys want me to advise you on? Like, you were close to her. Have you gone ahead to do the same with another married woman? Are you in that same situationship right now as it is? If you are, I would say, pack your two left legs and leave that place alone. Don't get unnecessarily close with someone who is out of reach, especially if, the person is married. That's what I'll tell you. For this one, it has happened. It has happened. Please let it go. Just let it go. But don't. Sometimes these mistakes, sometimes people do some certain things, and it helps to teach you a lesson. Because when you make mistakes in this life, I think the most important thing is to pick out the lessons that you can make out of that mistakes so that it guards against further occurrences. So what I would say is, since you feel bad, it only tells you that maybe it was inappropriate. Maybe you were a little too young to even understand it. Maybe you got carried away because there was adrenaline rush and your feelings were playing tricks on you. But you said you didn't do, the do. And I'm grateful to God that you didn't let yourself get to that point. Moving forward, please, when you see any green lights being given to you by someone who is of a marital status, I think you need to just draw the line. There should be a boundary. Nobody says you should not talk to somebody who's married or whatever it is. But I feel we can draw the lines, we can draw the boundaries and respect people. Even if they're trying to be inappropriate with us, we can find a way of cutting them off or actually telling them to stay on their lane while we stay on ours. I feel that should be the lesson you should learn. But beating yourself about this, I don't think it's going to do much for you when you keep saying you're feeling bad. Okay, feel bad about it, but then don't do it again. Give yourself some grace and forgiveness and move on. I feel that is the best I can say for this afternoon. All right, so these are some of the confessions we have already for today. It's 2:47. We stop at 2:55 because we have a commercial guest that should be coming in. So if you still have confessions to make, please make sure you send them through the WhatsApp portal on 08099930137. Then you can dial if you want to talk to the phone on 08095974869 or 0700-951-0000. 0700 951 0000. Hello. Okay, call back. Right. Another one here says, I'm 52 years old and I lost my job after 20 years of serving diligently in a private firm. I've been very bitter because I served my employer diligently, but when the chips were down, he didn't blink in firing me. Right now, nobody will hire me because of my age. It's frustrating. Says who? Now, nobody will hire you because of your age. Okay, and I have questions, right? When you say when the chips were down, he didn't blink in firing you. What exactly happened? What were those chips that went down that you had to be fired from your place of work? Because it's easy to just say, oh, they just fired me. But I mean, I just don't think any employer, right, would just fire you after 20 years of service. I mean, I'm not saying that these things don't happen. I'm not doubting your story, right? I'm also saying that for you to stay in a place, there must have been some sort of good reputation. You must have really established yourself as a good person to have stayed that long in an organization. And then something happened and then boom, they sack you. What actually happened? I know you might not feel comfortable, but when you say when the chips were down, your employer fired you, what exactly happened? You know? Lots of questions, but let's take this call. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Thank you, Anonymous.
All right, go ahead.
Swat, since you are the presenter, there is something I want to make clear.
Okay.
Sometimes some of these things that bother us is mostly when we do it out of ignorance.
Okay.
It bothers us when we realize ourselves. Referring to the person who said when he was a little younger, 20 years, he's a married woman and all that.
Yeah.
It bothers him now because he was not aware.
Mm.
So it is important for you to understand that it will bother us when we realize later on. I want to make it clear. That is why it bothers us. For example, like me, a married woman was coming to my place only weekends, and I didn't know she was married.
Okay.
And she was always coming only weekend and insist on leaving very early. So I
She will
realized
come to your place weekends and then leave very early in the morning.
yes, like 4 a.m. should be in his, for the period we stay, let's say 7 months, I didn't know she was married. And she was only coming to my place only weekend.
But did you did you used to have phone calls? Did you used to talk with her?
It is only when I send message that can you come today during the week, she will oblige, she won't come. Then weekend she will just, are you around? I'm coming. So the point I'm trying to make now is I realized later on that this woman is married. When the husband travels, that is when she comes. So I'm feeling very, very sad each time I remember that. But to be very honest with you, I wasn't aware all those why. That is why it's painful to me. That is my way.
Okay, yeah, I understand that you're feeling bad about it. But like if you listen to what I said, right? I said sometimes when you realize, especially people who just don't go into something because they want to commit something bad. Like you I'm sure if you had known she was married, you'd not even step close to her, right? But she came under the deception. Now it's not your fault, right? And now you've realized that this woman lied to you. She was married. She was coming to your place. And you've done this thing. I'm saying that your realization now, of course, you should feel bad. But number one, you should realize you do not do this intentionally. So to some extent, that should give you some sort of comfort. And then next time, it will help you to be careful in interrogating a lot of things before you enter into a relationship with the next person so that you don't get deceived like the way you were deceived the last time, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say. So you feeling bad and holding on to it may not necessarily be the thing, but the most important thing is what lesson can I learn? How do I avoid this pitfall in my next relationship?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right then. Thank you. Okay, so it's 2:54, and in a minute we should be having our next guest. Let me see how that happens. Supposed to be a live appearance, I guess. Okay, it's a sponsorship. So from now to about 3 o'clock. So I should be rounding up now. And hopefully we'll come in with the guest therapist tomorrow and revisit some of the issues and have newer ones come up on board. Thank you to all of you for listening. Thank you for your contribution. My name is Swat, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back.